After 4 years of grinding, failing, losing, winning, I can finally sit back and say, man, this shit's easy. What if I could give you this information, have you skip those 4 years of sucking, build off of this for yourself, break down the directions you can go, hold your hand like a little baby, and show you why this is the move. You guys know I'm gonna get you right. You already know I'm about to bless you. I'm about to give you more information than you can describe. So the best thing that you could do is subscribe. Everyone knows there's 3 big directions anyone can take when they first get into trading: options, futures, and Forex. Now, while they all do work, and I personally have experience in all 3, you'll quickly notice that one stands out from the rest. Options trading, while being very easy to get into and super accessible, using apps like Robinhood and Webull, you end up trading these publicly traded stocks using options contracts to leverage yourself and obviously try to make a profit with it. Now, the big problem that comes with options trading that a lot of people do know of is theta. Theta is essentially the value of time, and when you do trade options, you start to notice that you're not making as much as you usually should because of these outside factors. Implied volatility is another one, where you are also looking at people selling these contracts, buying these contracts with in the back of their mind, and everybody knows that these big events like an FOMC or a bigger news release are coming, so prices will then be inflated based on obviously the upcoming news. Now, I started with options trading and it worked for me and I made a decent amount of money, but once you really get into it, you start to understand the risk you're taking on when you do take these trades. And also, you're not going to get the same reward that futures and Forex traders would be getting off their trades just because of the contracts that you are trading, because of those outside factors. So when you're ranking them in this big 3, I'm going to put them at number 3. Now, remind you, I'm looking at this through a short-term day trading aspect. Long-term, I love trading options long. Short-term specifically, what you want to do, what everyone wants to do is make a quick bag really quickly. Forex trading, my personal least favorite of the 3, but I'm going to put this at number 2. You have the ability to trade currencies rather than actual stock, and thankfully you don't have to deal with those outside factors like theta or implied volatility. And when you're trading on a short-term time frame like we're talking about, you need to be able to have those fluid movements. You can't have other outside factors affecting you. It just is going to make you lose more every single time. You also have a bigger time where the market is open. You have multiple sessions that you could trade every single day, at night, in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever. Now, when I put this at number 2, this is not Forex's fault. Futures just clears this. The biggest con I will say with Forex is obviously the calculation of lot size and obviously building a competent strategy through that. When as a beginner getting into Forex, like most trading styles, it's very complicated. And by the way, if you make money with options or Forex, don't stop, man. I'm just giving you my opinion. Now, you do have a wider range of things to trade all these different currency pairs. I actually don't prefer them over trading these equities. I think majority of them are kind of stupid. I usually prefer trading indices. And lastly, I will say also an important factor is prop firms are usually a little bit more expensive on the Forex side, meaning you're gonna have to pay more to get these funded accounts, which isn't a big deal, but the restrictions are usually a little bit less harsh on Forex. Let's talk about futures trading. By far, undoubtedly the best thing for anybody to trade. You are combining both options and Forex into one beast. You are getting all the benefits of options trading while meanwhile having those same rules that Forex tends to have. We don't have any outside factors dealing with our trades. You are getting to trade these contracts that don't have any outside factors. You are getting to trade ES and NQ, the most volatile and most publicly traded thing every single day. You're getting the access to prop firms that are very cheap and very easy to pass accounts. You can pass accounts in literally a day. ES and NQ are based on a point system while also being broken down into 2 directions. You have the chance to trade micros or minis. Trading mini contracts is the bigger contract. Mini and micro is such a weird word for it. Micro contract is a 1/10 of a mini contract. So on NQ, which is what I trade, you're getting $20 per mini contract per point. Whereas when you're trading with one micro, you're only making $2 per point movement. Especially on these smaller funded accounts, it's important that you start with micros and you actually build with micros. You have the ability to manipulate micros a little bit more, whereas you can still get the same exact result. Now let's really break down why I mean this is a connection of options and Forex. On the option side of thing, you're getting the simplicity. You're getting the obviously easy access. You're also trading things that you're aware of. You know about Amazon, you know about Apple, you know about Nvidia. You also have the ability to leverage yourself, but you have to use your own capital. There's no prop firms or anything like that to give myself the opportunity to have, let's say, $1 million in funded accounts. Then we look at Forex. We have these prop firms set up that we can use. We do lose a little simplicity with obviously lot size. And when you start looking at New Zealand dollar to the Fortnite dollar. But I would trade Forex alone just because of the prop firms. Now we combine them and now we have access to these prop firms. We still have the simplicity of being able to trade, obviously, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. It's literally to the point where you click these 2 buttons and the direction that it goes, you make money. There's no external factors. There's nothing else going on the outside. So for me, as someone who came from trading options for 3 years, I stepped into futures and within a year, I made more money than I have with options in my entire life. So obviously you watching this, you want to get more into futures. Please don't go and just start buying a bunch of funded accounts and losing money. When I say this is easy, easy for me? It is. But again, I've been doing this for a while, and my job is to obviously speed up your process. But again, it's still going to be a process. The one thing that you just need to know as a day trader and as someone who wants to start trading, the only thing you need to control right now is risk management. If you can just control your risk, you are going to make so much money in this game. That is the only thing you need to worry about. Yes, having a strategy and a system is very important, but if you can just control your losses, there is no situation where you don't come out on top in this game. Futures is by far the easiest one to step into. My Discord first started off as an options server. That's what I did. Within 3-4 months now, everybody's getting payouts and live accounts just like it's nothing. Just because you see this and maybe you're not in the position you exactly want to be right now, doesn't mean I wasn't in the same exact position as you before. If you just stick to this and keep your head down, control the risk. I just want 100K subs so I can get the play button, and then I'm gonna retire from YouTube, bro. So please subscribe. I really need it. Go get it, bro.